The Lakeforest Mall is a regional shopping mall located in Gaithersburg, Maryland, that is prime for redevelopment. The mall has been in flux for many years through multiple owners, foreclosure, and store closings. The mall's challenges include a lack of ownership control, zoning restrictions, and the overall decline in demand for bricks and mortar retail. Benefiting from its strong demographics and proximity to Washington, D.C., the site has the opportunity to succeed as a mixed use development that includes a combination of residential, retail, and limited office uses. This analysis evaluates the opportunities and challenges of each potential use. The 102-acre development site is located north of Washington, D.C., off of the I-270 corridor. Adjacent uses include commercial office, retail, hospitality, and low-rise apartments. The Lakeforest Transit Center is located to the east of the site, providing a 300-space park and ride lot with nearly 4,000 customers per day. The property is currently zoned C2, which includes commercial uses serving the regional and local area. Retail stores, offices, and hotels are permitted by right in this zone, but dwelling units would require a special exception. The site is located in the I-270 Gaithersburg-Germantown office submarket of suburban Maryland. Despite the large number of government agencies and biotech jobs located in this region, the submarket's office fundamentals have been challenged for many years. The submarket contains 4.6 million square feet of office inventory. Between 2014 and 2019, there were no new office deliveries. During that time frame, a significant amount of negative absorption totaling negative 468,000 square feet plagued the submarket. At the end of 2019, the office vacancy rate reached a 6-year high of 17.9%, which was 110 basis points higher than the U.S. average. There are no new office buildings currently under construction in the submarket. However, there are several land sites in the area that could provide competition to future office development. The chart on this slide outlines 5.3 million square feet with approved development plans that include commercial office. These locations are clustered around the Bellward Research Campus, Germantown, and the Shady Grove Metro Station in Rockville. The Lakeforest Mall site would be viewed more favorably than the Germantown locations due to its proximity to the Lakeforest Transit Center. However, the site would be viewed less favorably than sites with metro access and sites within the Bellward Research Campus, which attracts national pharmaceutical and medical tenants. This development should include a minimal amount of office inventory, if any. Office should only be considered if there is significant interest from a potential user prior to development. To analyze the residential market, we first look at demographics. The market area's population totals 204,000 people, which increased over 25% over the past 20 years. This population is projected to continue to grow 4.2% over the next 5 years, which outpaces the national average projection. Households in the market area are also expected to increase by 3.8% over the next 5 years. The area's population is most heavily concentrated in the 25 to 44-year age range, making it a region with a strong labor force and substantial purchasing power. In 2010, the majority of households were comprised of 1 to 2 people. This number of people per household will likely increase as the market is preparing for an influx of millennials to start and grow their families. Asking rents in the submarket increased by 4.3% over the prior year, demonstrating the increased demand for apartments in the area with newer construction commanding a rent premium over older product. The average vacancy rate was only 2.8% at the end of 2019, which also indicates that the market is poised for growth. New household formations in the site's market area are expected to total 2,800 over the next 5 years. This means that 562 units can be absorbed each year for 5 years to maintain the current vacancy rate. There are 2,100 units under construction or planned. Any new development should not expect to construct more than 700 units, which would outpace the total expected absorption. There are 3 residential properties that are the most competitive to the Lakeforest Mall site: Hunt Club, Park Station at Old Town Gaithersburg, and Saybrook Apartments. These properties command the highest rents of the comparable properties within a 1.5-mile radius of the site, averaging $1,900 per month. The average vacancy of the competitive set is only 2.5%. The unit mix of these properties are 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units, although 3 bedrooms comprise the lowest amount of unit type at each property. These properties are over 20 years old. In order to compete and command the highest rents, a new development at the Lakeforest Mall site would need best-in-class family-oriented amenities. A new development should include more open space to promote a healthy and active lifestyle, which the competitive properties do not have the ability to add. There are over 73,000 households in the Lakeforest Mall site's market trade area with an aggregate consumer expenditure totaling $5.4 billion. Of this, 11% is spent on neighborhood goods and services such as grocery, medical, personal care, and housekeeping items. Consumption of food and beverage away from home makes up 7% of total aggregate expenditures, and 10% is spent on the general merchandise, apparel and accessories, furniture and other sales, or GAFO retail category. Total consumer expenditures are projected to grow 14% over the next 5 years, with neighborhood goods and services increasing 13%, food and beverage increasing 15%, and GAFO increasing 12%. The site is located in the Gaithersburg-Rockville Germantown retail submarket, which is comprised of 10.8 million square feet of retail space. The submarket's asking rents are 24.8% higher compared to the overall market, which could spur new retail development in the area. The submarket has absorbed an average of 38,000 square feet annually since the beginning of 2010, driving the vacancy rate down to 6.6% by the end of 2019. The submarket is comprised of mostly older shopping centers, with 89% being constructed prior to 2000. Only 4% of the shopping centers in the submarket were constructed after 2009, and these centers command a 4.1% premium in rents. Numerous shopping centers exist within a 2-mile radius of the development site. Some of these centers are anchored by grocery stores, discount apparel stores, fitness centers, and supplemented by smaller inline retail stores and restaurants. 7 properties are identified in the competitive set utilized in a capture rate analysis. Based on the retail uses in these competing locations, the capture rate for neighborhood goods and services is 19%, for food and beverage 12%, and for GAFO just 2%. Based on this analysis, the majority of new retail development should be dedicated to neighborhood goods and services. Utilizing the total expenditures allocated to each retail category, the estimated demand for space is calculated in the table at the top of this slide. The market area should be able to accommodate 280,000 square feet for neighborhood goods and services retailers, 132,000 square feet for food and beverage retailers, and 29,000 square feet for GAFO retailers, totaling 440,000 total retail square feet. The retail development pipeline within a 5-mile radius of the site is mainly comprised of larger mixed-use developments that will contain a retail component. The total proposed retail space is 255,000 square feet, with approvals occurring between 2018 and 2020. With a retail capacity of 440,000 square feet and 255,000 square feet in the development pipeline, new potential developments should be able to accommodate 185,000 total square feet of retail space in the market area. However, no more than half of the square footage should be located at the Lakeforest Mall development site, or 90,000 square feet, because other new potential developments may be planned simultaneously, plus existing vacancy in the submarket. Mixed-use developments can bring diversity and create a sense of place and community to a single site. The Lakeforest Mall development should accommodate a mix of residential, retail, and office uses in order to maximize value. The residential fundamentals in the market area are strong, with significant household and population growth, increasing market rents, and a vacancy rate of only 2.5% among its competitive properties. The site's primary focus should be residential development, including up to 700 total multifamily units and townhomes that would appeal to young couples and families. The site should offer both 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom units that can support the growing households in the market area. Proposed amenities should include walking trails and open space that would also appeal to young families. The site should also include up to 90,000 square feet of retail space that can provide synergies with the residential component. Millennials moving into these units will be attracted to retail amenities including grocery stores, convenience stores, restaurants, and service-oriented retailers. Finally, the site should include a limited amount of office space that should only be considered for professional offices or smaller format office. By integrating a complementary mix of uses, the developer can maximize the value and utility of the Lakeforest Mall site and create a sense of place that drives the demand for these uses.